Let me know when you're ready. Recording
All
in progress.
right. I am so excited. I got my boy Manny Fresh. I've been wanting to do this because he just got back from China. And boy,
Like some
he's
people
got
say.
some stuff to tell. What's going on?
Hey, Chris, what's up, baby? What's up, man? How are you?
Good, good. I'm doing good.
Hey, finally we get a little collaboration, huh?
Yeah, yeah. This is nice. Yeah, I know it's a little while in the making, but you know what? We're finally doing it.
Hey, I gotta get myself one of those fancy microphones and that nice setup you got going. I told my queen over here, I said, look at Chris's stuff. Look at the background, how cool it looks. So she's setting it up. She got some lights and all that stuff. So next time we get it, I'll be a little bit more fancy.
Yeah, yeah, but you know what? It's not about being fancy. It's about the message. That's what matters.
Ooh, heavy. That was good.
That's what matters the most, right?
Well, I'm bringing a message, but listen, don't hate the messenger, guys out there. Don't hate the messenger. Yeah, I got these little lights. Liz got me barbecuing over here. I'm getting a little sunbathing. By the way, your skin looks amazing. What you got going, baby?
Man, it's it's
Your
it's
skin looks
that
good.
is that Cambodian skin getting in some tan, you know? It's all it is.
Is that what it is? Okay, I thought you were going to say something like glow or some kind of good stuff like that.
I mean, it's always the glow because you can see it in my forehead. I mean, I don't use
Hmm.
any no Botox, no nothing. And let me tell you, since I started the glow, my hair has gotten thicker, my skin's gotten brighter. My
Yeah,
precious sword, dang, that's what made me a believer. Is I had
oh,
this
that's right.
precious
That's
sword
right.
for 10 years. And from being in a wheelchair,
Yeah.
you just put a lot of pressure on your butt sitting down and not paying attention and
Hmm.
working. Next thing you know, man, it built up and it never could go away. Now, they told
Yeah.
me I can go into the hospital and do a skin graft and be in there for 6 to 8 weeks and stay off my butt. And there's no way in hell, as busy as I am, that
Yeah.
I'm never gonna do that. So I was
No, no, no.
changing it every morning and every night until we started using the Clo. I wasn't
Yeah.
really using it for my butt. I was using it for my
Hmm.
skin. And because of the GHKCU, guess what? That precious sore healed up after 10 years. And I
Yeah.
used it 7 months, bro. 7 months. That was it.
Jesus, Chris, a little bit about you, brother. Let's let the people know because I'm sure they're looking at all those amazing trophies, and you've been on all kind of magazines, and people are wondering what's going on with that big ass bicep you got going over there. Give them a little
Uh,
something real quick.
I was the first Asian to get on the Mr. Olympia stage. I was a 98-pound wrestler my freshman year in high school. And
Mm,
when I told people I was going to be a bodybuilder, they laughed at me because there was never been an Asian bodybuilder. And I said,
mm,
and that chip on my shoulder of them laughing at me, and
mhm.
because you can count bones coming off my side, it was like looking in the picture of a kitten and seeing himself as a lion. That was always me. And
Mhm.
sure enough, man, it's just the persistent and consistent of just
Yeah.
sticking with it, and
Hmm.
the perseverance of having that chip on my shoulder. And I said, "Watch me." And it just went from there, man. Next thing I turned pro, and then I my first pro show, I qualified for the Mr. Olympia, and then I was in every magazine cover. Right after that, I was Rookie of the Year, and the three most proud magazine would be Muscle and Fitness, Flex, and Muscle Development, because that's the most three popular bodybuilding magazine in the planet.
And
So
you're a coach. Now
yeah,
you're coaching,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you got
I
your own
mean,
gym.
I went in for surgery, woke up with a spinal cord injury, but I still do what I love and I still coach. And this is not really work for me. It's my passion is helping
Mhm.
people get better.
Amen. Oh, I like that. And how long you been in the wheelchair now, Chris?
I've been in a wheelchair now for about over 15, actually 17 years.
Jesus, brother. God bless,
Yeah.
brother. And
Yeah,
and
man.
you're just everywhere, man. Everywhere I see you, you moving. I mean, you're just like everywhere. I look at social media, I see your content. I love your work, bro. Congratulations on your journey. And I see that you're getting into the research of peptides as well, huh?
Yeah, man. So it goes back to you too. I mean, I met you, I met Manny when I went and bought a dog from him. And he had one of the smallest Frenchie.
You're the
And I
French
said,
girl.
man, I want one of those. And he probably thought at first, like, yeah, whatever. But then, we went down there, we showed up and we bought
Yeah,
a little dog from him and
yeah,
him and I became friends since then. It's been what, 10
yeah.
years, 12
It's
years?
shit. It's been a minute. Yeah, I remember you went out there when I had that ranch. You were out there with your queen. I
Yeah,
remember you.
yeah,
We got history, huh, brother?
yeah. But and then watching you do the same thing, and then you've been amazing. You're same thing. You're moving around. You guys are always busy, looking at the next thing. You guys been in the dog world for a while. You've had veterinarian. You're doing
Mhm.
stem cells.
Themselves, yeah.
You're dude. You're all over the place. But what is it about peptide that why you got into it?
Bro, I'm a researcher at heart. I like to look at new things and see how they develop and just learn, man. I'm a sponge. My cup is always halfway empty. It's never full. I just want to learn shit, bro. I want to learn stuff. And this here intrigues me, being a registered nurse for 26 years. I've
26
been a
years.
registered nurse, 26 years, registered
Wow.
nurse working in trauma bays and emergency departments. Prior to that, Chris, I was a corpsman in the Navy. And for those who don't know what's a corpsman, it's a nurse. I was a nurse in the Navy. And that's where I fell in love with medicine. And but way before I even became a licensed nurse or military, I've always been in me to help people, Chris, just like you. We got to help folks. It's second nature, and it feels great. I'm gonna be a I'm gonna be a servant of the people for the rest of my life, my brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna serve my community as much as we can. And so now with these peptides, man, I'm like, I got into the peptides, Chris, when Clo came out many years ago, bro. Clo, no, excuse me, the GSKCU,
Yeah.
and I was injecting this purple shit inside me without even knowing what it was. I swear to God. Chris, I kid you not, man. I'm like, okay, I know that this here helps with recovery. And being 53 plus years old, active, I got a bunch of damn injuries from sports and military and old age at my 50 something years old. I was injecting this research peptide that I didn't know the name. And I swear to you, I didn't know the name to it. My brother Joe, who's a police officer, would always tell me, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, man, just it's supposed to be for recovery. How it works, don't ask me shit. So that's where my love started from, from that peptide, GSKCU. Uh, and I would just start, little by little learning it. And as I started getting a little bit more into it, then, my sister got into it, my brother got into it. My mom was almost 100 years old on a Wolverine stack, and she forgets her little walker quite a bit because she's always on it. But you know what, Chris? I know we have a large audience that are interested as to what happened in China and what was some of my findings in China. And you made that post, man, and that goddamn thing almost went viral when you made that video. Hey, I'm going to be interviewing Manny about his visit to China, and there's some people out there upset. They want to see what the hell happened because I run a huge learning platform. It's called the Peptide Learning Hub. You can't find it if you look for it because we generated so many people all at once, Chris. Over 30,000 members, like within a matter of about a week or 2 weeks. It just
That's
and it became
crazy.
so busy that I had to put it on private. And a couple of times I had to freeze it. They call it, pause it. I had to pause it in order for me to, get in there some admin people. Now I got some very, very smart people that are administrators in the Facebook group. Um, so they know what's going on. They follow our story. I like to tell my story, Christians like you. I like to blog and I like to make video chats and I'm an open book. So here I am talking about China. What questions do
Yeah.
you have?
Well, tell me, man. You know what? I saw your video and you got me laughing so hard, bro, about you being catfish. If you could explain that, what happened with that dude, that was some funny shit.
Hey, but you know what? It's the shit that you cannot make up, Chris. It's the stuff that you can't make up. So one of my friends out here, supposed to be a deep researcher with the peptides, right? And he is, and he has a large audience as well too. And he goes, "Man, you got to go see my people out there in China." And she's well versed in what she does, and she's my distributor, so forth and so forth and so forth. So okay, make a long story short, I go to China and and I and just in order not to make the video, not to make this chat too long, just go back and for reference, go back and look at the video, guys, about the video that I made about my encounter with my friend's manufacturer. So her avatar was a beautiful, athletic looking woman. And my friend was like, "Yeah, go visit my friend. Go talk to." Well, the person that I went to go meet, Chris, as you already know, was not a beautiful, athletic woman.
Who
It,
was
it
it?
was
Who
it
was
was
it? Who
some
was it?
it was some little short dude out there smoking cigarettes, chain smoking. Chris, he was in the corner waiting for me to arrive, and I was in the opposite side, but I was in an angle where he couldn't see me, and I'm dialing. And then finally, when he answers the phone, I was like, okay, son of a bitch, that son of a bitch over there answering the phone, same time that I'm texting. I'm like, no, that is a man. So apparently, based on that video and the comments that I was reading, that's something common, Chris, for for people, for my Chinese brothers and sisters to make a made up name. And I get the part for the made up name, Chris, because it's hard for us to pronounce a
Yeah,
Chinese
that,
name.
but change their picture from a woman to a man. Vice, dude, that's just wrong.
That's almost like a identity theft, I think you would call that,
Yeah,
right?
dude, you didn't get catfish, you got identity catfish.
And gender and all kind of other shit,
Yeah.
and to my surprise,
So did you ever meet with him or no?
I did. I did. I went over there, shook hands with him, and a very nice fella who had a lot of tobacco stains on his mouth and his teeth, and his hands were yellow. This son of a bitch, boy, I need to give his ass. He need to put his ass on Red Truth High. Because you know how Red True Tide takes away the food noise, but
Yeah,
now we're finding out that Red True Tide not just takes away the food noise,
clean
but
everything. Yep.
bro, it takes away people from biting their nails, people gambling, smoking. It takes away a lot of stuff. There's actually a word for that. I should have wrote that word down. It's a big word that takes away some of your desires, right, Chris? So
Yep.
here's the thing: if Red True Tide, which is for losing weight purposes, if it does all these other things that it does, would it be considered to be a psych med or a psych peptide?
I would call it an overall cleanup.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's something to digest later on. For those
Yep.
researchers out there that are looking at this stuff, not to dig too much into the rabbit hole, but um, there's some theories out there too, brother, that are one of our commander in chief possibly was one of the first ones to experiment. Did you hear about that shit?
Yeah, man. It fits the picture, and it fits it because they're picking the age, and based on the age and based on obviously his credibility, there was one person that was able to get that trial the way that he did, where
One of the
you
first ones.
it's not even supposed to be legal yet. Of course, for research purposes only, that's the reason why you're able to still find it out there. But for a regular FDA, it's not FDA approved yet, and if it's not FDA approved, that makes it illegal unless they have a special permission. But that one that fits that description would
That
have to
might
be
have been our
Trump.
president.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't know because we don't know, but it fits the picture is what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
Well, that's what the chatter is about. I know that there's a lot of chatter on social media about that, but I think they didn't describe it as a weight loss peptide. I think they described it as a longevity. Is that correct,
Longevity,
Chris?
yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Something like that to get that
yes.
helps you live longer.
So what's this now? You heard it too. So what's this about Trump in China? Tell me about that.
Well, my brother, it's not that I heard it. It's all over the fucking news. It's everywhere. It's all over the news about dude being out in China. He was in China a couple of weeks ago. And it's this is not just me you talking shit. He was out in China. He was out in China, and what he was out there doing, who knows? I know he's got a lot of administrative uh, policies that he's trying to implement over there, and so forth and so forth. My people that are out there in China said that he was putting pressure on the administration
What you talking
regarding,
about? Customs?
well, directly and indirectly, because he's not going to go to customs and put pressure on the Chinese. He's going to go to the Chinese government. It's from what I'm hearing. Uh, that he went over there and put some pressure on them regarding some of these peptides in particular. You and I both know that the guy who is manufacturing and trying to get FDA approval for retatrutide is a multi-trillion industry.
Oh yeah, of
We're
course.
not talking about no peanuts. We're talking about something that's big enough to might be able to initiate a conversation. So that's speculation. Like I said, don't hate the messenger, but maybe he was out there putting some pressure to them. One of the reasons he was out there could have been that he was putting pressure on government officials out there in China about retatrutide and all maybe all the other little stuff that's coming in through here. What I can tell you this though is that customers cracking down on stuff over there, and uh, a couple of the folks that I was supposed to go meet no longer have labs because it's a gray area even in China. When people say we're going gray, they're referring to China. Well, it's a gray area even in China,
So
Chris.
like I heard there's only a couple really big manufacturer out there, and then the rest is basically broker. Is that true?
Brother, that's from what I've seen. That's what I noticed. I met a couple folks out there that they are brokers, and they'll go to this lab, that lab, and that lab, and then based on whoever gives them the best price, they'll go here, they go here, they go here. So here's the thing, then, brother, and which makes sense to me. So one shipment that you bring might be blue top red trudy, a blue top pepper peptide. And the next week, the same manufacturer, I mean, the same person that you buy them from that considered to be a manufacturer might see some yellow top
Yeah.
peptides,
Well,
the
the
same
only
brand.
way you're gonna be able to really to make sure that that's real and legit is every time you get a new batch in, you got to spend the money to test it and get a COA for it. Because every time you get a new batch, you got to test a new batch. Because if you don't test it, and that's what you're saying is based on what's going on and them getting it from different broker, wherever they get the best deal from is might what they go. But then also there's a lot of fake stuff out there. So especially in the research space, you got to be so careful. The thing about it is a lot of people don't know, but pharmaceutical graded only have to be at 80%. I don't know if you
Mm,
know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, 80% is pharmaceutical graded, where research, because of the fact that they are being watched 100% and more, it's either real, fake, or you get some stuff in there. But the biggest thing, what I found out is research is they got to be so on top of their game. I'm talking about the top quality people. I'm not talking about the people that's just
Yeah.
an attorney. Oh, suddenly I'm gonna own a peptide company. Oh, I found this company out there super cheap. Next thing you know, fake. We've already tested a couple and it came back bonk.
And and see, brother, that's the thing though, is that when you're dealing with one broker, see, most folks here, Chris, and me included, up until when I went there, most folks are buying things from a broker thinking that they're a manufacturer. You feel me, my brother?
Exactly.
They think that they're dealing directly with the pharmacy or a lab. And in reality, they're dealing with somebody who has yellow stains here and tobacco stains in their finger from chain smoking, but look amazing on their avatar.
Yep.
See, so yeah, man. I mean, it's sticky, it's sticky, but I can tell you um, that the folks that I met there, some of them were uh, regular folks, and then put it right here, see how that works. And then there was some folks that are real fucking deal. And I'm right now I'm speaking to the. Oh, that's nice. It kind of gives you like a red kind of haze. You can put it right there. And are considered to be pharmaceutical grade. Like if you walk in there and you be like, well, fuck me, this is like a state of the art compounding pharmacy.
Yeah.
Chris, because I've been to those too. My friend owns a pharmacy here, and I've seen how nice and advanced these pharmacies can be. Um, yeah, they were the real deal. They were the real deal, and the one that I found. But also, Chris, keep in mind that 90+% of pharmaceuticals in particular, antibiotics are coming from China, bro. So let's not take away the credibility from my Chinese brothers and sisters. We getting our shit from over there. The
No,
the majority
hundred
the majority of our
percent.
shit is coming
And
there.
a lot of people don't even know that when it says American made, there's no such thing as American made. It's all bullshit. They get all their stuff from China. The
Okay,
only
so triple on
difference
that.
is they might most of the time they get it from China and just put American pharmacy because the lab here they have to put a lab together. It's costs a lot more money. But the one that do, all they do is just make it, and leather they just bottle it up and call it American made. That's it. That's the only difference between the two.
So my understanding is that they're getting it from China and it's arriving here in the raw material,
Yep.
and then one of our guys out here from the pharmacy, they go and get it sent to go get checked for purities, toxins, and all this other shit, package it, and then they can call it a compound, something that you did here in the States, and they can call it American.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I know that when we had the COVID and when all that shit took place, we were having a hard time bringing in. Our hospital was short on uh, antibiotics and antivirals.
That's why they started. Trump allowed the compound pharmacy to
Mhm.
happen with the 503A, 503B.
Yeah, yeah. And so those folks here, 503A, 503B, also, what some of those folks are doing too now is they import raw material
Hmm.
from China,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they can legally, because it's an ingredient, they can legally say, yeah, it's made here in the United States, made over here, and so forth. So yeah. So I never want to take away any credibility from my Chinese brothers and sisters, but not all peppers are considered equal.
So what now? What do you think the crackdown's going to be? You just said something about customs and dogs. What's going on with that?
Okay, brother. So look, because the more therapeutic and more researchers are being developed and made, uh, it's starting to bottle up. It's starting to bottle up, Chris. Uh, the door to customs is here. You've been in the airport plenty of times and you trying to get in that goddamn line and you find 17 fucking son of a bitch people trying to all get into that same line. It's a bottleneck. Or when you go to LAX and you're trying to get into a line, or when one lane in the freeway is closed and everybody's trying to go into that one lane that's open. It's like that, bro. It's very, very congested and it's getting more and more congested. So we're going from what I'm hearing, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks wait. 2 3 weeks before it was a week wait, a week and a half wait, to 2 or 3 weeks to a month and some change for your peppers to arrive. And being that this is a multi-trillion-dollar industry,
Oh yeah.
don't don't shoot the messenger. They're training dogs, bro, to sniff out peppers.
That's crazy. How is that even possible? How are they
Well,
going to distinguish between the GLP and then the BPC 157? Like how?
I don't know that. I don't know that detail. All I know is that my Chinese cousins, when I was over there, they were like, "It's going to get a little sticky for us." And these are the real deal, folks. It's going to get a little bit sticky for the United States to get stuff coming in, or any border, because now they're starting to implement. They're going to start training them. I don't know if the training took place, but uh, me having a couple of people in the background of law enforcement is easy, brother. All you gotta do is teach the dog how to search it.
Yeah.
Just like they're searching uh, contraband. Shit, they got dogs that can search for money, bro. There's dogs out there that can sniff out money.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah. I know,
in the
I
world.
know, I know they can play, they can train, and I know they can do all that.
I've been watching that show, that TV show with customs, border control customs, or some shit like that. And they
Yeah,
how they
yeah,
how they
yeah,
catch all kind of
yeah.
people with the X-rays and all this other shit.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty
Catch
cool to
the
watch.
Cantaban or some shit, something like
Contraband or
that.
some shit like that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Well, how much difficult could it be for them to teach them to learn how to sniff a fucking powder?
yeah. You know what? And the thing about it is Eli Lilly's losing billions of dollars. And they're a $1 billion company, and I know right now they're trying to sue. What I hear is they're trying to sue FDA because of the fact that the way the research purposes only stuff is going out, and they're losing billions and trillions of dollar
Of
right
course,
now,
bro.
and
Remember,
so they're trying to tighten that up as much as they can.
well, yeah. Oh yeah, and how the hell are they going to do that? Well, fucking train a couple of fucking dogs to start sniffing this shit out. Another thing that's happened, and the reason why some of the stuff is taking a minute to get back here is because they're busting a lot of illegal shipments of controlled substances, and that's a fact. They, controlled substances that they're bringing in to look like peptides,
Like what?
and so I don't want to get our video banned, but it starts with an F, and so you know they're they're catching them disguised as if they were shipping a peptide in reality as
Oh,
a narcotic
oh, that's crazy.
or a controlled substance. So that, and this was 6 months ago. Up until now, they're cracking down, brother, shutting down labs and labs that are from people's home from home because those are there too, labs from home also.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the scary part is, based on if you are trying to get this system going, you're trying to do it yourself, and you're trying to, be have your own peptide company and this and that, you got to be so flipping careful. And the thing about it is, like, if you do not, I mean, I probably talked to about 250 company before I found a couple of them that I felt pretty good with. And then also when as soon as they got here, we tested it right away, wanted to make sure. And then we found two bunk, and then one of them that was real. So that's the thing
Two out of
is
three. That's rough.
you're, but normally, like, you're gonna get that, but if you don't have the extra money, the 350 to do a test on one peptide, and know what it is, or have a bunch of group of you guys that can test it, then you're screwed, because now you got to understand, you're bringing research purpose only. You don't know it's real. You don't know the contamination. You don't know nothing about it. Now you're gonna give it to your people. That's scary.
Yeah, brother. I know. I know, man. And it wasn't that I just went to China for research purposes, my brother. My layover was in China, and I told my queen, I said, in my route, on our route to my daughter, who's going to school to be a doctor out in the Philippines, I said, in route that way, we're going to stop here, anyways. So why not take advantage
Yeah. Yep. Make it around.
and chat with a couple tobacco smoking son of a bitches and get
Well,
catfish.
I'm glad you did. And I don't want to go off. I want to talk about what we need to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think this is a good first video for you and
Mm.
I to kind of bring in what's going on. But this is video one, we'll call it, right?
Let's call it
Video
video one. Fuck it.
Video two, we're gonna talk about the do and the don't of
Yeah.
peptide, and
Yes.
what to look for and what not to look for, and how to recognize what. So I think that second one's gonna be a big hit. So what else you want to talk about on video two?
Well, video two, the do and the don'ts for damn sure, bro. And one of the don'ts, and I just give a little real quick teaser, is buy from people you don't know who you fucking with. How
Yep.
about that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you're being catfished and and you meet that person in there, if they're gonna go to that extent to lie to you about their identity, what else is next?
Yeah, dude. How you can't trust anybody like that?
Mm-mm.
No.
I'd rather have met this dude and be like, I put the avatar picture because I wanted to seem non-threatening, and I get that too. But in reality, I am a 60-year-old man, and I look like this. I think transparency, bro, will be cool. Chris, I've gone as far, and I would save this for the next video. Uh, the do and the don'ts. One of the do's would be FaceTime.
Yeah.
FaceTime your
Yeah. No.
person that you're talking to.
That's what I do. I said, "Hey, show me your factory, show me your warehouse, show me when you're in it, show me your picture, show me." And then
Mhm.
when I started doing that, out of 250 different people that I message and talk to, I got a handful that actually did it. So
Yeah, bro.
that kind of gives you like how long I worked on this research space before I really got into it. And the reason why I got into it, honestly, is like I didn't want people to get taken,
Yeah, yeah.
and I see it way, way, way too much. So to me,
Mhm.
it's like, damn it, instead of me doing that, let me just go into the space myself
Yeah, yeah.
and really do my research and my diligent before I really start getting into it, and not just picking a company and don't even know. It's like throwing a dot and hopefully it lands on the donkey's tail, right?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's but see, what I like to do, Chris, is just we can bring the data, we can bring information, and at the end of the day, folks gonna do what the hell they want to do. Like I said in the beginning of the video, don't shoot the messenger. You know, the other day I made a video where I was putting some content out there, and somebody said, why that I watch this stuff. I say, nobody needs to follow us, Chris. We just try to bring information out, and if it suits you, take it. And if it doesn't suit you, then carry on.
Yeah, and
You know.
I've been doing this for so long, man, and I've always had shit talker, and I'm used to it. So, and the thing about it is, when you click onto the Instagram, they got no pictures, or they're freaking, they don't look nothing like who they would be saying what they need to say anyway. So to me, um, the people that I've learned in my lifetime of all the shit talker that I've had, um, that if they're not talking shit about you, you're not doing nothing right. So you know what? Any publicity is good publicity to me, and that's how I look at it. So
That's what they say. That's what they say. Just a disclaimer on my part, and from my brother Chris. We are not professionals. We're not doctors. This is for research only, and not for human consumption. In addition to that, you guys, this is for entertainment purposes, and I hope that we were able to entertain you through this platform.
100%. So we're gonna see you on the next video. Video two. Look for it. It's gonna be a lot more exciting and a lot more news and a lot more drama.
All right. Hey, Chris, you look amazing, bro.
Thanks.
You look amazing. You got that mother. You got that goddamn gun sticking. I can't even make eye contact with you, bro. I keep looking at that fucking bicep. Hey,
That
you're gonna have to give us some
tries.
pointers. Let me see that. Oh my God. I ain't got shit, Chris. Look,
Hey, but you
just
know
a
what
little
though?
knot.
I give you all the credit in the world because I remember you back then, 12 years ago, and I love you, but you're chunky, bro.
I was, huh?
You're chunky. You went from that to now. You look like a stud. You look like you work out. I mean,
Feel solid. I feel solid, Chris. I feel
yeah. So, dude, you've made
a
for the
transformation.
average person, you've made
Sweetie.
some tremendous transformation. And I know you said that is because of peptide.
It is, bro. But uh, in my defense, Liz is into chubby guys. So I need to stay chubby. She's up there laughing. Nah, but our truth to the side, our third video will be about how peptides changed our life
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's changed yours and it changed mine.
Yep,
Thank you,
100%.
brother, for allowing me into your home, man. I appreciate you
Yeah, let's
as
do this.
always.
Yep, I look forward to the next one. Have a good
All
night.
right. Hey, this video was motivating, man. Thank you for allowing me on this platform, doggy.
Yeah,
Appreciate you. Nothing but love.